We're the biggest idiots I've ever known. Y'all turn this.
This is the Heavyset Podcast by the Fire.
We look like we're on some romantic outing. Which technically, you could say this was a romantic outing.
It is pretty romantic.
Nothing like being on a romantic date with your own brother. Dude, it's hot as balls in here. I know I keep on stating that.
Well, heck, had to turn off the car for the audio.
We know. Let's just get this over with. Is this going to be the intro?
This is the intro.
We filmed some stuff already, but we don't even. I forgot to hit the record button on one thing. So,
anyway,
look how close it is to your face.
I
know. Okay, tell everybody what we're doing, J-Bug.
Guys, this is kind of a different podcast today. Kind of a vlog, I guess. We're going to call this Heavyset Podcast by the Fire.
By the fire. We're going to light Justy Bug on fire.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to roll them down the hill.
This is the last episode for old Justy Bug.
Old J-Bug. But everybody, yeah, welcome to a weird, random episode of the Heavyset Podcast. We love you. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Heavyset Podcast. It's been a while. We're out here at beautiful Shady Lake, one of nature's greatest gifts to the world. Actually, I believe this is a man-made lake. Or a pond, really.
Are we going to walk and talk, Chris?
Are we going to first film these shorts? The first case of evidence. Somebody got naked out here. I wonder what those smell like.
Take a whiff.
I'm not smelling them. Somebody's also been drinking out here. I hope you're filming yourself too, and not just filming me.
It's all you. It's a one-way camera.
This is well. Did you flip it?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, this is the only way I can do. Is just hold it backwards. I don't even know what kind of shot I'm getting.
I'll tell you one thing. Why is it hot as balls out here? It's so humid. I know we're in May. Is it usually this hot in May?
I don't know. It's Arkansas. It's either hot, freezing cold. There's like no in between.
We're going to walk 5 miles.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding. I couldn't do 5 miles.
You're going to love this whenever you see it.
This is right up against my face?
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm not going to like this because it should be you. It should be both of us.
Hey, I'm holding the camera.
Hey, we're going to one of our favorite spots at Shady Lake. And we tell you, this is the place where the Heavyset brothers come to let their hair down. Whatever hair they got left.
This is a magical place for the Hawthorns. Been coming here since childhood.
Soak it in, people. One of nature's greatest gifts. Yep. Right here in the heart of God's country. I tell you what my favorite thing is about it is when those rocks over there, and the way the water goes down.
Yeah. People are going to love this, Chris.
I want to film you.
Well, film me. Well, we're here in the pavilion here at Shady Lake, and we have found more discarded clothing. Chris, you're going to have oh, golly.
Dude, this thing stinks.
You're going to have a whole outfit by the time we get out of here.
It's soaking wet. Why am I touching this?
You got a shirt, you got shorts.
Everybody's out here leaving clothes, which brings us to our next adventure. Tell me whenever you're ready.
I'm recording already.
And here we have Shady Lake's beautiful / disgusting swimming area. Check out those swans. You gotta love a place like this. Only in Arkansas, AJ Bug.
Oh yeah.
But I tell you, we've got good memories. I'll tell you, speaking of the clothes we found, believe it or not, I went skinny dipping right in here and lost my underwear. Now, that is a gross thought, but it happened. But it was a great time.
How'd you lose your underwear?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I accidentally kicked them off in the water. I remember. So I thought I might look for them. They might still be here, but they're not.
I think I saw a beaver wearing them.
Beaver wearing. He built there's a flag hanging down of them.
I remember one time our cousin took a dump over there underneath that platform.
He took a dump underneath the platform.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then his turd went floating by us and woman like a torpedo.
Gross. And by the way, this is a pretty gross swimming area.
Oh yeah, I
like
love
how
this
it's our-
place, but this swimming area is pretty disgusting.
I like how this is our
Lots of-
favorite place to be. It's sacred. It's sacred. I'm like, this is disgusting. This is the worst swimming area of all time.
Let's bash it for 15 minutes.
Look at that. I mean, look, you can't look at those. Looks like a painting over there. Look at those trees.
I mean, this is a beautiful spot. Man, there's a nasty swimming area.
We're getting
I don't
way
like-
too much of them.
I don't like the video being on me. Well, it was right up in my face on that.
Yeah, I
intro.
know. Well, you look good. You look nice, good and handsome. Look at that
Thanks.
shirt. It's a good color on you.
Thanks. Yeah, Ollie hair all over me.
They're like, who's Ollie?
Ollie Puh.
What do you think, J Bug? How does this place make you feel?
Nostalgic. Makes
Very
me
nostalgic.
feel it's peaceful. It soothes my soul. Like, there's been so many great memories here. And some not so great memories here. Like when I got bit by the spider.
Yeah, Justin got bit by a spider on his dong.
Yeah. And I got another story about Ryan kind of screwing me over out here.
Hey, doesn't Ryan screw us up? Everybody over. Shout out to Rob Buns.
Shout out to Ryan. Here's another Ryan story. We were at a swimming hole here called Turtle Rock. We were little. It was just me and Ryan out here. Mom and Dad went for a walk, and you were just a little guy, I think. I was probably like 10 years old. I had to use the bathroom really bad. Do you remember this?
I don't. I remember the story, but I don't remember this.
Well, I ended up crapping myself.
Yeah.
And Ryan goes, I'll be a lookout. Go ahead, change your underwear or whatever. I'll be a lookout for you. I'll give you a heads up if somebody comes walking by. So I'm standing there with no pants on, and there's an entire family standing behind me.
I never knew that.
Yeah, there's an entire family standing behind me, and they've all turned around. And Ryan, who's my lookout, is sitting there pretending that he's playing with a leaf and that he doesn't know what's going on.
He doesn't want to be associated with it.
He's like, oh, I didn't know what was going on. What gets worse is I jump into the water, put my shorts on, but I've got my dirty underwear in my hand. I've got to get rid of these, be inconspicuous. So I climb up to where there's a rock that we were jumping off of. I pretend that I'm picking up a rock and throwing it into the woods. I'm throwing my underwear. I throw it, and it hits a branch literally this far away from my face and wraps around it. And everybody's staring at me.
Oh, God.
I just grab it and run off into the woods.
I bet you that would have been so traumatic.
Oh, my gosh. It was horrible. But it made a story for us. And I'm sure it made a great story for that family, too.
Remember that naked kid crapped himself out there?
Then he threw his underwear in the tree.
He got stuck.
Then he came and jumped off the rock when we went swimming together.
Did you swim with him?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, at least you got the awkwardness out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, Chris.
Good times here at Shady Lake.
Yeah. Good and bad.
All right. Now we're going to take you to our next favorite spot. Well, everybody, we're here at the most romantic spot of Shady Lake, a.k.a. Lover's Lane.
Look
Yep.
at that view.
Soak that in. Justy Bug, I've taken very many fine, fair maiden out here, and they all use me emotionally.
You've been out here as a lover, Chris?
Not quite. Not like I'd hoped. What about you, Justy Bug? Let's get the camera on you.
Why are you obsessed with putting the camera on me?
Justy Bug needs more airtime. How do you feel about lovers? I'll get you a shot of good lovers lane. Stand in front of it.
Make sure my pants are pulled up.
Give us a story about this spot.
This spot right here. A man died.
He really died. Are you for real?
No.
I was about to say how.
I got nothing, Chris. I got nothing.
Man, look at those swans.
I bet all these people camping out here are thinking we're crazy.
Here's a good little shot of the geese out there. Are they geese? Are they swans? Or is that the same thing?
They're swans.
Swans?
Swans.
Swans? You ever taken your woman out here?
Yeah. Except every time I come out here with my woman, I've got my kids with me as well.
I can watch the kids. You ever take her to this spot?
Yeah.
You have? Did you get a little romantic out here?
Yeah. Right here.
You rascal.
On that bench.
Right here on that bench.
She's going to love me saying that.
Sorry, Hannah. I'll tell you what's interesting, too, is there used to be a house right up here, and they tore it down.
I wonder why. That was a ranger station, wasn't it? Oh, man,
this is embarrassing. We're filming. There's people driving by, probably wondering what in the heck are we doing.
This truck's probably going to stop and be like, what are you boys doing?
There's a fellow Shady Lake resident. What else we got for the people down here, J-Bug? Do you want to see if those people over there camping will let us eat some of their food?
Let's go do an interview, Chris.
Hey, how long? Hey, I know I'm a random stranger, but how long have you been camping here?
Have you ever been to Lover's Lane?
Have you ever been to Lover's Lane? The worst spot in the whole entire lake. On to the next.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Heavyset Podcast.
This is a special edition of the Heavyset Podcast. What are we calling this?
Heavyset Podcast by the fire.
By the old fire. And this is putting off some dang good heat.
Yeah.
It's almost too hot.
I didn't realize this fire was going to burn so good.
I didn't either. I was like, yeah, it'll be a small little, man. Of course, probably to regular people's standards, it is small. It's putting off some heat.
Chris, it's been freaking hot. I'm fat. It is putting off way too much heat.
Oh, yeah, I'm sweating. It's so humid out here. I sweat. It was immediately as soon as I step out the vehicle, I'm sweating.
I get up and I'm sweating. I go to sleep. I'm sweating.
Any way you put it, we're both sweating 24/7. Justy Bug, we've come to we felt like, and I felt like me and you both needed this.
What's that, Chris?
We needed to come out here, connect back and get in touch with our roots, connect with nature.
Get in touch with our childhood.
Exactly. Go on a nostalgia trip.
Yeah.
And right now we're missing old Rye Buns. Rye Buns is in parts unknown.
Rye Buns, whenever he sees this, he's going to be so jealous. Does he know about this?
No, I haven't talked to him.
I saw him when I left work today. I didn't mention it to
him.
Hey,
Rye Buns. Me and old Chrissy Poo are going out to Shady Lake having a wonderful evening together. Well, we'll smell you later.
What makes it worse is I know he's off tomorrow. So he could have came with me. Sorry, Ryan.
Ryan, we're sorry. He's still, Ryan is, like I've told people, Ryan Buns is the heart and soul of the Heavyset Podcast. But right now, he's busy, and we didn't even tell him. We're terrible brothers.
Yeah, we're pretty bad brothers sometimes.
Shout out to you, Ryan. Love you, Ryan Buns.
Love you, Ryan.
Boy, this fire's hot.
Look at that. I'm almost kind of afraid to turn my back on it. But at the same time, I know if I look this way, I'll be mesmerized by it and just stare at it.
It is quite mesmerizing. But whenever we build this fire, we were just sitting down and looking at it, not saying a single word to each other.
See, that's the thing about being out here, is you don't even have to say anything. You just sit here, stare at the fire, and all is right with the world.
Exactly. This is Justy Bug. I come here a lot. This is where I go. This is my special place to go just to get away. I'm out here by myself all the time.
Come out here by yourself. What are you doing out here by yourself?
Dude, I'll come down here and sit and build a fire. Sometimes I just go in the lake, go sit by the dock, walk around, just sit and just enjoy, relax, think about things.
Are you the one walking around stripping off your clothes out here?
Yes, I am actually.
All over the place.
That skinny dipping story was actually true, as gross as that is.
Oh my god!
And that water was disgusting.
I remember the time.
Great place though.
I was out here with my kids, and I'm walking around, and I've been in the lake, and I don't have my glasses on. And I look up and I say, "Who's that?" And it's you. You are out here just randomly.
Yeah,
you and some of your friends were out here.
Yeah, I came out here with a couple of my friends, and I told them before we came down here, I'm like, this is the place where the Hawthorns go to get away.
And you stumbled upon another.
And then I was like, I'm pretty sure that's my brother. And you were the only person out here.
Oh,
and then you run into me and my friends. Yeah, it was a good time. Good day.
I think that's another thing I like about the spot is typically there doesn't seem to be a ton of people out here.
Yeah, we're right outside the park. Probably one of our favorite camping spots. We've camped here probably the majority of times.
Yeah.
This is where I come and hang out when I come down here.
If we come down here, this is normally where we come too. If it's open, which a lot of times it is.
My glasses are fogging up.
Take them off.
I feel like I look odd.
You look 10 years younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to tell you something. I've actually been the past month have been like eating right and dieting and all this stuff. It's got a long way to go. Working out a little bit here and there, but anyway, I was trying to think of a dessert to make, and Ryan gave me this recipe. It's all it is like peanut butter, a scoop of peanut butter, or like a couple cups of peanut butter, a cup of Splenda, egg, and then you mix it up and bake it. It's not much of a dessert, but if you want, you got a sweet tooth and you're on a diet, what are you gonna do?
Tell you something else that's good. You get sugar-free Cool Whip and a sugar-free pudding packet, and just mix it straight into the Cool Whip and freeze it. It's kind of like ice cream.
Oh, really? I need to try that. I bet that is good. But anyway, I made this at Mom and Dad's house. Since when I go over there and hang out with them, I'll just have something to eat while I'm there. Well, okay. I walked into Mom and Dad's house the other night, and they either I saw something run, and I quit. And as soon as I opened the door, and I'm telling you, I think it might have been a squirrel or it's a gigantic rat.
Oh my god!
At Mom and Dad's house, they usually don't get that much mice over the years, but occasionally they'll get one or two.
Yeah,
I want to tell you, this thing is huge. It was big. I still don't know if it's a squirrel or a rat.
Sure, it wasn't Bella Pup.
It wasn't Bell Pup. She was too, because I could hear it, and then I was finding droppings on top of the washing machine. I was like, this thing is like, I didn't know they could crawl on stuff.
Oh yeah, they can get wherever.
But they're gonna love. But then I realized I hadn't made those peanut butter bars. And dude, I left them sitting on the counter. I didn't put a cover over it.
Ugh.
I know but I was like, I had nothing gonna touch it. I'll cut a little hunk off every single day. I was noticing something was getting into it because I knew Dad wasn't. I was like, ain't nobody. He's like, so I was like, dude, okay, I knew about this. We haven't caught this rat yet, but
this is armadillo.
Is that really an armadillo? I don't have my glasses on. I can't see it.
It's just right over there. Gotta tell your armadillo story.
I haven't. Oh my god, that is a horrific story. I can tell that story.
Yeah.
But anyway, and like I've got a vendetta against this rat or squirrel. Like it's going down. But I'm sitting there and I'm noticing it's like everything I've been chewed on. And I don't think of it. And I'm sitting there dipping. I got a little glass of milk. I'm dipping my little peanut butter bar in there. And then it just dawns on me. I'm like, wait a minute. This freaking mouse has been in this peanut butter stuff. I was like, oh my, and it all just hit me at once. I went outside and just puked everywhere.
Chris, tell you what disturbs me the most about this story. I went over to mom and dad's house. I look on their countertop, and there's this pan of peanut butter bars. And I think to myself, huh, I, this must be the ones that Ryan was talking about. I'm so glad I didn't eat one.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
I thought about it and I looked at it, I'm like, man, it looks like someone's just been like going to town on it. It's just been like ripping it apart.
Well, apparently they have, and it wasn't just me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't eat one.
I mean, they're good, but cover them up, especially if you got a rat roaming around. This rat's going down. If you're watching this, you're going down. I've got some. We're gonna take care of it. I got some stuff in the works for it. I'm gonna home alone that house until I catch that thing.
It reminds me of a story. We might not be able to tell it when the raccoons were getting into the trash.
Why wouldn't we? I think we've already told that story.
Because of the signs you're putting up.
Oh, that's a different story. Well, that wasn't intended to be what you thought it was intended to be.
It sure did sound bad.
It did sound bad. Should we tell it?
Nah, we probably should.
We probably, just in case. I don't want to get in trouble. More trouble than I already am, J-Bug. And what other things have been going on? I don't know. You know, remember Dad always eating rotten stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I was hanging out with Dad the other day, and I don't think I've told you this yet. He had these old melatonin gummies, and he was like, he hasn't taken them forever. I was taking them for a while to help me sleep. Yeah. He was like, I can't. I'm having trouble like relaxing. I was like, well, take you some of those melatonin gummies you got. Well, if he had, there's no telling how old they are. And I didn't think about it. I don't think that stuff goes bad.
From 1982.
Yeah. They're gummies. Well, he goes and grabs a handful, and he's like, all of a sudden he goes, woof. These taste all swampy. Then he spits them all out. I was like, Dad, that's probably like 2 years old. He's like, yuck. These are the worst gummies I've ever had.
This was a couple weeks ago. I went and we were wanting cookies and milk. And like the fudge.
Oh, I love
sticks,
those. Yeah.
The wafer sticks. I got some of those from a store in town, and I'm eating them. I'm like, man, these don't taste right. Doesn't stop me from eating them. I ended up looking, and they're like 8 months expired.
You got them in town?
Yeah, I got them in town. I finished them too. I gave one to Hannah. She's like, "Oh my gosh, these are disgusting. Why do you like these?" They're like, well, they don't taste like this.
They're covered in mold, baby. I don't know what you don't see. And I finished you finished the whole pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody can be a part of the Heavyset Podcast but us,
unless you eat some expired food. It's expired and be like, it'll be all right.
Well, I done paid for it. I done paid for it.
It's not like it was like chicken or anything.
Yeah. Oh, raw chicken's the worst. When I eat chicken, it has to be like cooked.
Oh yeah.
Because once you take a bite out of raw chicken, it's over with.
Oh yeah. Like if you I went to a KFC one time and took a bite out of my chicken and it was raw.
Oh, I just had this experience, but go ahead.
And like this was when me and Hannah either first got married or we were dating. And anyways, I spit it out. I sat it down. Hannah said something about me like taking it back and like getting some more chicken. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm not gonna go and ask for a refund or anything. I'm not gonna go cause a scene. But nah, zero appetite. I'm done with this.
Well, dude, I had a similar. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna call out Nashville KFC. I've got major beef with you.
Calling them out by name.
I don't give a crap. Screw this place. And I'm sorry if you're a big supporter of it, but I've had bad experiences. And I usually don't call places out, but this freaking burnt me up like no other. I get off work early one day. I call mom and dad. I'm like, hey, do you want me to get anything before I leave town? They're like, Dad's like, hey, stop and get like a bucket meal from KFC. It's like, all right. So I go there, get like, I think it's like the 16-piece pound of meal, get a bunch of chicken. All right. First off, there ain't nobody in this mug. Not a soul in sight. And they're like, oh, you're going to have to go wait. And then it's okay, it's fine. I'm a nice guy. I don't mind the wait. I get it. It's a 16-piece family meal.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they probably think it's all for me. So I go and park, waiting there forever. I'm about to leave. But then I remember, like, crap, I've already paid for this. So I'm fixing to just walk in there and see what's taking them so long. And not to be mean, but to be like, hey, maybe you forgot about me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they bring it out. Take it home. And I noticed the bucket feels a little light. These 16 pieces is all wings.
Oh, really?
Mainly all, there's a couple breasts, like a couple thighs, the rest is wings. And I'm like, these sons of guns.
Pulled the old rope-a-dope on
And
you.
it's like it wasn't cooked right. Well,
Yeah.
I just get a breast and a couple wings. They're out of coleslaw, too, by the way. I love their coleslaw.
Sons of guns.
I go and sit down. I take a bite out of this breast, and it's raw and doughy.
Oh, my
And
God.
you can only imagine the taste and the
Ugh.
smell of it. It makes me want to gag just thinking about it.
Golly.
I took a bite of that. It was just, and just so, I mean, you know that taste. You
Yeah.
know that feeling. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like, never again. I will never set foot back in that KFC again.
I don't blame you.
I mean, come on, get it together down there. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm glad you told me that. Now I know to avoid that place.
And maybe and listen, I get it. Maybe they were having an off day. Everyone's allowed a mulligan, but that, come on, man.
Yeah.
I waited out in the parking lot 20 minutes for that.
The thing is, I assume I've never worked at a KFC, but I assume their fryers is the same as the fryers that we had when we worked at the store.
Yeah.
Whereas it's got like a timer. You put it
I think
in.
they got actually like pressure fryers in there.
But I'm sure it's just a deal where it's like I've got chicken breast that's
Oh yeah, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's done. So what the heck were they doing?
Probably in there.
That's what I want to know.
Might have been in the back smoking dope, gambling.
Maybe they're not a fan of the Heavyset Podcast.
Maybe, yeah, that could be true. Well, now they're really not going to be a fan. Sorry if you're the owner of that local KFC, but man, get it together down there. But Justy Bug, how have you been here lately? We've been
It's been rough.
life for the past couple of years for kind of, I guess you could say, the family. We've had a lot of ups and downs.
It's been rough. And I don't want to have like a little pity party or anything.
No, here's the thing. Everybody, not to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off. Everybody, what you really realize is going through the same thing.
Yeah.
We've all got the same feelings. Now, everybody's got different circumstances, but you can identify with a lot of what people are going through. It's all the same type of emotions.
Yeah, it just seems here the last few years, especially, maybe it's something to do with age, but it just seems like there's always some sort of turmoil going on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because I'll be honest with you, and for me, and I think for you as well, but I know for me, mental health is extremely important nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm open to talk about stuff. Of course, I'm not going to reveal my deepest, darkest stuff that I'm going through.
Yeah.
But I'll be open to a certain degree because I feel like people need to be open about it because I see people all the time. I see it in myself. I know when people are going through something. You can just see it on people. You can see it on me because I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know when I'm not doing good. And so I'm like, everybody out here, we're just trying to make it all work, trying to figure this out. And one of the things, and right now, to be honest with you, I'm in the best, mentally wise, this is the best place I've been in a long time.
I'm glad to hear that.
And really, because this past year, you remember how bad it got at times.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, trying to think of where I'm even going with this. This really wasn't planned out.
Nothing we do is planned out. They'll be able to realize this by the first bits of video.
Yeah. But I mean, I had this weird, I've been like, I go through cycles and then I'll get a little bit better, but then like I'll let something knock me down and let me something bring me back down again and just play these weird mental games with myself. Like, but I ended up here one day about a month or two ago, or I guess 2 months ago. I was just so just depressed again. And whenever I'm depressed, and it's because of just different things, many things. Because I've struggled with it. And like I say, this isn't a woe is me thing. I'm a blessed person living a lucky life. I'm very fortunate. But it's something I've carried with since childhood. And I've never been able to deal with it. And I'll tell you something throughout the years is that I can only see what's in front of me. I can never see down the road.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with like, really? No self-worth. The question I've been asking myself when I wake up every morning, and listen, I'm not a Tony Robbins. I got a long way to go here. I mean, I'm just starting this journey. I got a tunnel to dig out of. But a lot of what I ask myself when I wake up every day, I go like, what's your self-worth going to be today? Are you going to lay in bed and be depressed all day and accomplish nothing? Or are you going to get up off your ass, make some movements, and do some good? Like basically the David Goggins approach. I don't know if you know who that is.
No, I'm not familiar with
You need to look him up. That's what motivates me to get out, just do something. But I'm like, so I've had zero self-worth, like, no confidence, didn't really think I was good enough for everything, that type of self-loathing.
Yeah.
And I've carried that through. And I've, tried to do my best to hide that from people. But then so many things happen, like things with being overweight, doing all this stuff. And then you just get beat down. But like once I get depressed, I shut people off and I dwell in it. And then I start latching on to these other things because I'm so unhappy. So I started looking for happiness in all these other places, these other things that when there was no happiness there.
Yeah.
So that's when I had. So I'm gonna tell you something. You can numb your feelings all day long with alcohol and whatever. You can numb yours. That's what I try to do. I try to feel nothing, and all that is a slippery slope. Because once you do all that, you don't really numb yourself. You're just digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole.
Yeah.
And that's where I was at for a long time. You remember.
It doesn't solve any problems. It just creates more problems.
And a tipping point for me was I hid it from everybody because I just kept to myself. I don't ever talk about nothing. Kept it to myself. And then it just started. But because when it was only affecting me, I didn't even care about it.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, because I don't care whether I lived or died. To me, at that point in time, it did not matter. And because I had no self-worth. But then once it started affecting my family and friends and the people that I loved, then I knew, because I couldn't hide it no more.
Yeah.
I was struggling, as you recall, some nights. But I'll tell you what, and through all of that stuff, I got to the point to where, again, like I couldn't look myself in the mirror anymore because I hated myself that much, and it was just a self-loathing. I hated I hated what I was looking at. I couldn't look at me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I thank God for it, but a weird switch flipped in me one day, and I told myself this. I'm being and the things I'm talking about are embarrassing, but I feel like it's going to help somebody because I think everybody feels this way. I'm just like, when are you going to grow up and get something, like take care of business, stop putting things off? Because my whole entire life, I just let go. Like, it's no big deal. We'll wing it. I'm just not going to worry about it. Taking care of nothing. And when you get depressed and don't do anything, you're not taking care of yourself. You're not loving yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm giving pieces of myself to all these other things that really don't matter.
Yeah.
And the things that, there's no hope in it. And I know I'm going on a long tangent here.
I'm letting you get it out.
And I remember, and then I'll tell you this, I got to the point, we'll go back to the other, but I got to a point to where I couldn't be alone. And you know me, I'm one of the biggest well-known loners of all time.
I think all of the Hawthorns are like that.
I love people, especially like my friends and stuff, people that I'm close with. I love to be around people I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
But I just go out and do my own thing. And for the first time in life, and I thought I was experiencing loneliness. I've never felt that way my entire life, and it freaked me out. And I'm not talking about, alone in the grand scheme of things, like, oh, nobody loves me, I'm going to die alone, that type of thing. But what I really figured out the truth of it is that I couldn't be alone with my own thoughts for more than 10 seconds on a Monday night. So then I kept on. So then I didn't know how to handle it. So I didn't tell anybody, but I started reaching out to people a ton. And everybody knows, and I don't reach out to a whole lot of people. I usually let people come to me.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, I was calling people, random friends, all this stuff. Like, you want to hang out? I need to come over. Let's just hang out. And of course, everybody knew something's weird for Chris to be reaching out this much. But dude, I could not be alone with my own thoughts. I couldn't do it. I couldn't sleep. My mind was constantly going about, and honestly, some things that mattered, but the majority of it was stuff that didn't even matter.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're like that.
Here's my deal. I overthink things. Like my mind, I'll dwell on stuff. I'll try to plan out for problems that aren't even there. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I'll look and see what time it is, and it'll be like 2 hours until I got to go to work.
Yeah.
I'll be like, man, I got to go to work for 2 hours. When I get there, I need to get this done and that done, and what and then I can't go back to sleep. I just overthink things and can't let stuff go.
Yeah.
And stress about it. And then when I do have something for real going on, I can't let it go until the problem's solved. And we had a family prayer meeting a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And that really helped me a lot. It helped me let out a lot of stuff I had built up. Get it out of my system. Get it out there.
Yeah.
Talk to God about it. Give my problems to Him, and I felt better since then.
We're all emotional creatures, and I don't know about it. I know us Hawthorns are just these big emotional people.
Yeah.
I'm super emotional, and it's good to cry. I always tell people, go ahead and cry and let it out. I cry sometimes because crying releases stress hormones, and it's good to get it out. But it's also good to understand why you're crying. But someone like you, a family man, raising kids, husband, taking care of everything.
Yeah.
I think about you a lot and what you're going through and how you have to take on all this stuff, and it's a burden to carry.
Yeah.
It's a huge burden. And who are you venting now? What are you getting out? I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
But of course, we talk to each other. But
I'm gonna throw something on this fire, see if I can spruce it back up.
Throw on the fire, J-Bug.
Hold this.
He is throwing more wood on the fire. Maybe you should spray it with that fire juice. Put them all in there. Well, that's the last of the good wood. You can put those other logs on there. Woof! Don't blow us up. But I thought about what you said too a long time ago. Me and you had a conversation. I feel like I'm in John and not letting you talk, but I promise I'll let you talk here in a moment. Is that you told me this You all have a piece. You only have a certain amount of yourself you can give.
Yeah.
So like, what are you going to give a piece to? You know, you're going to give a piece to this, a piece to that, and you don't. And like, what do you have left for yourself? What do you have left for your family, etc. And I just realized, like, I've been giving pieces of myself to all these different things, and some of these things that don't even care about me.
Yeah.
Like some of this stuff that doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of like. So I'm like, I gotta like. So that wake up call I had such a negative outlook on life, negative outlook on myself. So when that switch that flipped, I just said, you know what? I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, when are you going to grow up and deal with life? When are you going to go after what you want, what you deserve? When are you going to get some self worth, get your confidence back, and go out and live the life you want to live? Because I was at that tipping point. I'm like, I'm either going to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm tired of I'm just tired of living the way I was living. And when I've had moments too, like where you get back on the track, but I'm in such a different state of mind right now. And I've just been pushing through. I've been eating better, been walking, trying to slowly get back in better shape and get this dang weight off of me.
Once you get in your routine, get in your groove, then you'll just be rolling downhill at that point.
And I'm in a good routine. And I'm going to tell you something, what I've realized. There's been things that happened this past week that normally I would have went off the deep end about. I would have sunken down, done nothing. But I told myself, I don't allow it to happen. And I still think negative thoughts and all that. But every time I do it, I tell you what, I was up late. Something happened and it bothered me to no end. It was 2:00 in the morning. What I did to handle it, instead of turning to alcohol, turning to whatever, turning to food, eating my emotions, I'm going to go for a walk at 2:00 in the morning. So I drove down to the football field in my underwear and a shirt, walked around the track, and just till I couldn't go no more. I was just sweating.
The track in your underwear.
Walk around the track in my underwear. I do that all the time. It's always dark. Nobody's down there.
Somebody's going to see you one day, call the cops on you. That's going to be an interesting story.
Oh, hell, I won't. What are they going to do? Can they get me in trouble for that?
Public indecency. They'd probably be like, Chris, go home and put some pants on. You already catch you peeing in the yard enough as it is.
No, but I walked till I couldn't go anymore, which wasn't that very far. But after I did it, the high that I got from walking and the fact that I pushed through those bad thoughts and bad emotions and did something that was good for me, it cleared my entire mind and opened my mind up to all these new possibilities. Because before I would have retreated back, went and laid in bed and slept all day, not accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
But I chose to do something that was good for me.
I noticed I've been sending you like TikToks of food or snacks or whatever that's coming out. You keep sending me the same response back. This isn't for us, Justy Bug.
It ain't for us, man.
And like, I went to the store, it was yesterday, and I came home and brought whatever I needed home. I'm bad about getting other stuff when I go to the store.
We all are.
And I told Hannah, I was like, you'll be proud of me. I didn't get the new Baja Blast Mountain Dew. I didn't get the lime Pepsi. I didn't get the peach Pepsi. She's just staring at me. She goes, lime Pepsi? Why would you want a lime Pepsi? It's like, that's not the point.
Dude, that's what I've been telling other people too. I'm like, that for us is a huge victory.
Yeah.
I mean, for guys like us, which food is like a drug, we just love to eat. We love snacks, all this different crap. People that don't get it, it's a major win.
Oh, I got to the checkout, and it was in the cooler at the checkout, and I was in a line, and I'm just sitting there staring at it, waiting for my turn to walk up there. I'm like debating it in my head. The one I really wanted was that Baja Punch.
Yeah,
I was like,
it looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. I was like, nah, I don't need it because I'm trying. My biggest deal is I'm trying to get my sugar.
Yeah,
I'm diabetic. I'm trying to get my sugar back in check. Which, if I do that, then I'll lose weight, and I've been doing pretty good. But just like you said, I got a ways to go.
Oh, I got a big hole, but I'm not even stepping on a scale. I'm not doing that. To me, this is a everyday habit because I've asked myself, what are you going to be committed to? Handle one thing at a time. Take care of one thing at a time. Be committed to something,
Yeah.
something good. And so it's like, just get your health in order. Get your damn health in order.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Because if you can get that, because that's my biggest, and honestly, and it sounds funny and probably pathetic, but that's my biggest mountain to climb right now. Once I can get into good shape, good health, I'll be good to go. Because what something and here's the lesson. I think there's a lesson in here. Everybody in life, every person watching this, you have a purpose. Everybody's got a purpose. And maybe you don't think that your purpose is that great, it's not as good as this person. No, it is great because every one of us is unique and special in our own way, and everybody's got a purpose. So find that self-worth. You deserve more. You deserve good things. Everybody does. Find that confidence. Believe in yourself. I've had to find that.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, whenever you decide to love yourself, and by loving yourself, I mean not that type of love, although that can be fun.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, I can't. Everything's got to be dirty with me. No, but when you choose to love yourself, invest in yourself, good things, go and do. I do things that suck every day now. That's one thing that David Goggins says.
Yeah.
Do something that sucks every day. But I'm going to tell you something. Things change for you. If you put yourself out there and make yourself uncomfortable, things change for you because this is true. I don't care. I mean, this sounds hippy dippy-ish, but I'm going to say it. We're energy. Where we put off energy and we attract what we are. When you are depressed, not doing anything, laying in bed, like being low vibrational, I call it, putting out low vibes, you attract all those things. But when you can change the course, and this is what this sounds dumb, this is what I envision every day. All the things that bothered me and plagued me, and whatever the hell it was, I imagine it like I got a pair of scissors and it's on a cord and I cut it every day. All right, whatever this is, it's not me anymore.
Yeah.
This isn't me. I learned it and I learned a good lesson. I'm moving on. And then you attract what you are. And I've already experienced some of this. Just from me doing this, life has improved tremendously. People around me, it's all I can notice a huge difference. Not even in myself, but how what I'm attracting, the things that I'm attracting, how other people are interacting with me. It's different. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, okay, it's letting me know that I'm on the right track. I'm pushing forward. So I tell people, and I get it. Everybody gets down and out, and you want to give up, and you probably get sick of hearing somebody positive. Because I know when I was depressed, I hated hearing stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the lining is silver. There's a Reliant K song called Silver Lining or The Lining is Silver. You need to look it up. But that's the truth. Things are going bad for you in life right now. But I'm telling you, you're worthy of more and things are going to work out. You might have to change some things and put in the work for it. But you got to love yourself enough to get yourself out of the hole because life is beautiful. Life really is worth living.
Yeah.
But, and you'll find it. Push through adversity. That's what I'm trying to do currently. And I could easily fall off the wagon at any moment. But I'm determined.
I can't help but think. You've watched the movie Scrooge, haven't you? With Bill Murray.
Yeah.
With Bill Murray at the end's like, then you can have it. You can have it too. It's kind of what that made me think of there for a minute. Then the magic can happen to you.
Dude, and you can tell, probably through text messages, you can tell I've been in a good place.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not going there anymore. I'm not doing that. There's a checklist of stuff I want out of life. And I've got to go for it. I can't do it the way, I'm not going to get anywhere doing what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I have nothing. So what am I going to have? What am I going to go achieve?
What do you want to achieve, Chris?
Health. I want to achieve some good health. Well, then the rest will come. That's another thing about doing this podcast, being consistent with things. And we have not been consistent with this.
No.
But to be honest, and depression's a part of that. So I don't want to. The last thing I want to do is make videos when I'm not doing well and have people notice it.
Yeah. Why is
But
Chris so sad?
he's a grouch. But when the truth is, we want to give you an update. We have got things in the works.
A lot of things cooking at Heavyset headquarters.
Yeah, right now it's going to take a while because all my equipment took a dump. I'm gonna have to buy just new stuff, and it's just going to take a while. But right now, we are technically kind of building a makeshift studio, if you will.
Yeah.
And we got big plans. But whenever we come back in the studio setting, we may do more videos like this just because, and we weren't going to come back until we were ready.
Yeah.
Until the studio set up. But I've been feeling so good lately.
But you had a fever.
Yeah, and the only prescription
was the Heavyset Podcast.
But
I've missed this just because this is we get to hang out. We don't always get to hang out.
I can't. When's the last time any of you have been by ourselves down here at Shady Lake?
Never.
Not years.
I don't think ever. Just us two.
So that's a good enough excuse alone. And
yeah, I think in the meantime, before we get things squared away, we need to do more of these.
Let us know if you made it this far. If you want to see more of this, because I'll be honest with you, that little vlog type of stuff we did earlier, I had fun doing that, even though it was stupid.
It was stupid. It was, I don't know, I didn't really know what to say half the time. But I think next time we do this, I need to bring my car clip so we can record the car drive and get some of us just normal talking.
Yeah, we missed the best stuff.
Yeah. Chris drinking my water before we got out.
But yeah, you're so selfish with your water.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, I bring myself a bottle of water and I'm selfish. When you just open it up, I haven't even taken a drink out of it yet. You open it up and you pour a quarter of it into your mouth and go.
I poured a sip.
And then you just stare at me with a big old smile on your face.
Because I knew it would get you. Yeah. I knew it would make you mad. That's what brothers are for. But no, dude, I feel better after doing this. I feel better after. I feel like I needed to get that out for some reason.
Yeah. What other things do we need to share with them about our plans? See if people even want it. I think. Listen, people may not want it, J-Bug, but people are going to need it, I think. They're going to need it.
Here's the thing we want to do. We kind of want to do some vlog style stuff like we did, but make it a little bit more refined and better. Maybe some like gas station reviews. I wouldn't mind doing restaurant reviews, hotel reviews.
Yeah, I know we're on this diet thing, but at the same time,
we're still the Heavyset brother.
Still the Heavyset brothers.
The smoke is going right in my face. But
do some food reviews.
And we want to come back with a show in our little studio set up. Jesse Bug's supposed to build us a table. Maybe not.
Probably not.
But with some good lighting. And we have got a vision. We are working on things. Trust me. I know it's been dormant for a while. It's just going to take it's a process. It's going to take a while. But whenever we make the full comeback, one thing I want to promise is to be committed to being as consistent as possible.
You know, there's something I had thought of with us, the three brothers having more time off now. Maybe finding a day where we can get together and maybe record a few. Maybe not as long as what we're accustomed to.
Yeah.
Maybe a few shorter and have something a little more consistent to put out.
Yeah, it's good to record multiple things to get stuff built up so you can't have stuff just in case we don't record one week. But the only thing with that is it's hard to record multiple things in a day because you may not think it, but me and Ryan used to record this audio podcast, multiple ones a day.
Yeah.
And it zaps all your energy. And then the next one's never as good because you popped your top, in a sense.
Yeah.
And then you ain't got nothing left.
Well, here's another thing that we've talked about doing. Some game streaming.
That we have.
Talked about new college football games coming out. Maybe playing like a dynasty and streaming our games. Maybe getting together once a week, streaming a game. This is something you guys would like to see.
I would say, and if you made it here, let us know what you would like to see. Seriously.
Yeah.
I would love to hear feedback. For the love of God. Because
it might be like, for Pete's sake, please just shut down.
no, like this is you can't kill it. Here's the thing, Justy Bug. This is our baby, and we've had this baby, but we haven't treated this baby right at all. Yeah, we've done here and there, but we gotta. I can't die until I do this at a consistent level, whatever it is, and I don't think it's going to be big or anything like that. But this is a personal thing. I have to see this through in the way that I want to.
I feel like if we could do this consistent, it would grow.
I think it would too. I mean, I've got that. I'm not saying it would grow into something spectacular, big, but I think it would grow into something.
We just need Ryan, who's the heart and soul.
Yeah,
podcast.
Ryan really is the heart and soul. He's the blood that pumps through the veins of this podcast.
When he comes back, we can talk about the winter in 1972.
Hey, Ryan is the topics guy. Yeah. I mean, Ryan, we all got something to give, each different. I'm just complete nonsense. You know what you're getting with me, a bunch of nothing nonsense. Rye Buns is the topics man. Keeps everything on track.
What am I? I'm nothing.
You're the looks.
I'm the looks.
You're the looks. You attract the audience. Hey, I had a man tell me you were handsome the other day.
Who told you I was handsome?
I don't want to put his name out there, but he said you was. He didn't mean it in a romantic way, but he just meant you were a handsome man. I was like, I'll let him know that.
It sounds made up. It's
honestly true. I'll tell you whenever we get off for who it was. I don't want to embarrass him on here just in case.
All right.
But you got anything else, man? I know I went on this mental health rant. I keep on cutting you off, but go ahead.
I don't really have anything. I think, honestly, this episode is for you. Like,
do you really feel that way?
Yeah, I feel like I could tell that you needed this.
Oh, I needed this bad.
And like, I wanted to make sure that this got done.
So you're telling me you didn't want to do it?
No, I wanted to do it.
I'm messing with it.
But I like, you've been messaging me for the past week?
Yeah.
About this. And I could tell you, well, I've seen you off and on, but I can tell you've had a lot of things cooking.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of pent up energy too now. So I'm like, I want to do something, even though this isn't much of anything. But I was like, let's make something that maybe only 2 people watch it, but I don't give a crap.
Yeah, I'm always surprised about the people that come up to me and say, "Hey, I love the podcast. Please keep making them. I hope you don't stop."
Is that the best feeling in the world?
Yeah. especially since I'm so embarrassed of it.
Dude, I get embarrassed about everything that I do. But that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I'm an embarrassing individual. I am who I'm not changing. But it does shock me. The people that you think listen to it don't listen to it. And then the random people you think wouldn't ever pay it no mind are the ones listening to it.
Yeah, I know.
And it just baffles me. I've got some friendships that built from this podcast, from random people I haven't talked to in years reaching back out to me. And we're still friends to this day. Just because this podcast connected me back with them. It's a beautiful thing. And even though we've been dormant,
podcasts bringing people together.
And that's what I want. I want to make you feel good watching this. I want you to feel like you can come. I've always said this. I just want to make you feel good. Baby. Well, are we going to call it quits?
If we're going to call it quits, I got to do one thing.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
People are probably going to think this is stupid.
What?
Submitted for the approval of the Heavyset Podcast. This is the Heavyset Podcast by the fire. You get it? Do you even get it?
I'm afraid of the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Did you not remember that GIF I sent you earlier this week?
I really wish we had some sort of powder to throw on.
We should have done that. I just get a handful of lighter fluid, douse it on me. No, but hey, if you're watching this, I love you. We love you.
Yes.
And
if you made it this far, please, let us know what you would like to see. More of this, less of this, more just regular podcasts.
Let us know.
If you want us to go on adventures, where would you like to see us go to?
If you want to see us naked too, I'll totally do that for you.
I won't.
I will.
I don't want to be a part of it.
Hey, what if there was a market for it? I find some weird, sick, twisted market. He wants to see me naked.
Put yourself on OnlyFans.
Oh, gosh. Hey, if they paid for it, I'd do it. Anyway, I don't know why I went down that road. Hey, know your self-worth. Go out and take what's yours. Go grab life by the balls and just go after what you want.
Yeah. You go out there and lasso a rainbow. Catch lightning and put it in your pocket. Go be somebody.
Go be somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. And love you too, Justy Bud.
Love you too.
This has been the Heavyset Podcast. I don't know what kind of outro that was going to be.
I think our normal is
bye. Bye.
Let's get started. Why is stopping me?